All right, everybody, thank you for tuning in. We'll fix the team. I want to do a quick video on how to change this part right here. This is a '07 Honda CRV, and what we've got going on here is the door lock is constantly going up and down. And it's making a grinding noise too when you're driving down the road. And she says she hears it mainly in this door right here. And so I drove it, and when you go up the road, it does this. And so I narrowed it down to this thing here. The auto lock mechanism is incorporated into this striker, or this latch, whatever you want to call it. So we got to change this part here. I'm going to show you how to do that. So we've got to pull the door panel off and a few of the linkages. My go-to for getting these out right here is I use a little impact tool, and I have a Phillips that's impact, and I just put it in an 8mm socket. And that actually works really well. They make those impact drivers that you hit with a hammer, but in this aspect, I'm a little bit weary on using it because sometimes you get on them pretty hard, and you might actually distort this door. It's not really thick metal right here. It's not designed to hit that way. So by using this right here, and then using good forward pressure and then just bumping it lightly, it usually gets these out without damaging anything, and it's really efficient. A quick little rundown of what I've got to do here. So if you don't want to watch the whole video, and I'll try to keep it short anyways, but there's a little place here that that a screw is. You've got another little place right here, there's a screw, and then you've got this cover right here. There should be some stuff behind it because you pull right here, and a lot of times they'll have some kind of hardware that holds this on. And then I'll check closely, but I believe the rest of it's pretty much just all clips that just kind of pop out, and I'll use which is really a gasket scraper, and I'll carefully I don't want to scratch this up, make it look bad, so I'll carefully go around it right here on this, so I don't do that. Scratch it up and pop these loose on. I'll try my best to find it where the clips are when I pull it out, so I don't pop the clips off. And it's nice to have the panel warm. Cold panels tend to crack, so if it's cold outside when you do this, when you watch this video, this will come off as well too. I'll pop this off. There's a little holdy right here. I'll get behind this real gently and pop that off, and usually they come off. But if it's cold and watch this video, shut the door, let the heat run, get the panel good and hot, because it just moves and it flexes a lot easier. And once you get the panel off, there'll be some little cables you'll see after that'll be released off of this. But that's how that's going to work, and then you can get to this. So let's kind of roll through this, and I appreciate everybody watching. So you'll notice there's a little spot right here. I've got to be gentle. I don't want to break that. That's another reason why I like to have the panel warm. And I've got to get behind this and kind of pull forward, so I've got to use both hands. But you'll release this, and then there should be somewhere around here. I do believe that this will come off right here to get to some hardware that holds it. I believe I'm looking at it right here, and I believe there's something that removes right here. It's been a while since I've done one of these. There's another little thing right up under here, and I'll get these off and I'll show you. So that little piece right there just pops out. This doesn't come off. Like I said, I hadn't done one of these in a while, so my memory doesn't always serve me like I want it to. But what I've got here is a pick that the tip broke off of, and instead of throwing it away, I actually ground this thing kind of flat in this direction for a reason, because it's really, really handy. I'm gonna go to this bottom one here. Let's see if I can get right up underneath it there. There, pops that loose, and then you've got access to a little Phillips headed screw here, and at the top, we'll get those out. We'll get this one that's right here out. We've got another one up here that I've got the little cover panel loose, and we should be good to go. I got to get this off too, and might not have to take it off, but I always do in case the panel's got to come up some. It gives me that flexibility. As you can see, you got these little clips that hold that in, and so when you start from up here I use my little gasket scraper. I love this thing because it's flat and it gives me a good wide surface to kind of apply pressure. I want to make sure that I stay right at the point right here so I don't snatch these off. I boogered that a little bit, but that's not gonna hurt anything. And sometimes these clips will stay in the little slot, which this one did. And I got down here at this one and right here, and this came off successfully. So we're good there. Now I can go ahead and get the rest of the screws out. So this is what it looks like with the panel off. There's some of the connections I was explaining earlier about the cable. So you know, unfortunately this does split here, so we won't have to unhook any of these except for maybe down here. We'll go along to see how this rolls out, but something I stressed the most of is right here on this panel. Somebody else, I didn't do that. I think the guy tried to work on it himself a little bit. You can tell somebody's been in here. He's sort of a do-it-yourself kind of guy. But when you remove these, you want to get right at where your the guy must have cut his catalytic converters off. Anyways, you want to get right where your clip part is, so that you don't pull these off. You got to be real careful doing that. And so that's where we're at. We got the panel off. Now let's get the rest of this stuff here. I've got one clip that stayed. Well, that's not a problem, but let's get the rest of this off. So I've got one of the pigtails loose. This actually works the electric latch, and I know I'm gonna have to get in a little bit more with this, so I don't want to like break that. I'm gonna try to get behind this. There, we're gonna pop that loose, so we save that. I'm gonna try to get underneath I don't know if I can. I need both hands, but basically I'm gonna use my little pick and push these releases down. And the same thing right here. I don't want to mess this up. This thing has little releases. We don't want to just snatch it up off of there. Same thing right here too, but watch this. I'm going to get behind this little thing, and then I'll push this in and release that zip strap so I can use it again. So I've got the plastic off right here, of course, shown you earlier. Removing some of the necessary components to get this latch out. There's a 10mm fastener that holds part of the window track in, and I didn't take it all the way out. I just loosened it and slid it down, leaving it in the rubber. It's kind of hard to see in there, but the rubber that it's in, I just left it in that. And then I released there's the latch cable. Hard to see because it's just really difficult to get the camera in there. And there's a little blue tab. You're going to lift it up, and that partially releases it. You see the blue tab now that it's in focus. I had to use a flathead screwdriver and kind of go in carefully, not getting too close to the glass, and getting right behind it, and then giving it a little twist to pop that out. And probably what I'll do to make it easy, I'll just release this handle mechanism with the cables already attached, and then take the whole thing out as an assembly. I'm going to try that. So I've got a fastener here that's going to be partially holding this, and then I've got these three here, and I'm ready to take those out. Let's see how this goes. I like my big bit here. I'm doing this with one hand, so if I drop the screw, don't laugh at me. Okay, we got that one here. This is where the rubber meets the road right here. I'm going to push in. I'm using one hand, but we're going to just make sure we're square. There we go. And I'm going to do the rest of them like that. I strongly suggest you invest in something like this. This is the handiest little tool. So here's the culprit of why the door is going making all kind of racket like you would, or noise that you would hear, like the grindy sounds from the improperly operating electric door latch. Now, I didn't remove this little pillar right here, this 10mm bolt, and that one there, but I think I will when I put it back. It'll make it a lot easier. So this is how you get that out, and I'm pretty sure if you've made it this far, you can put it back together. So thank you very much for tuning in, and I wish you luck on your journey.